Welcome back, my alpha audience. You've come here for a reason, drawn by the flame inside you that refuses to be extinguished. I'm here to tell you something that will stir something deep within, something raw and untamed. Today, we're diving into the truth about your journey and what lies ahead. It's time for you to understand the darkest truth of all. They tried to dim your light, but karma just sparkled brighter. Let me remind you of something. You've always been a force of nature. You've always had a fire that burned within you, something so powerful that it could not be ignored. You were born to stand out. You were born to rise above, to conquer, to reach heights no one else had the courage to aim for. And yet, there have been forces, shadows, people, and circumstances that tried to stomp out your light. They wanted you to blend in, to be less, to shrink into the background and forget the greatness that courses through your veins. They tried, but they failed. Oh, how they failed. They couldn't stand the power that you carried, the promise of your potential that made them tremble in fear. They saw your greatness, they felt it, but they couldn't handle it. So what did they do? They tried to break you. They tried to make you doubt yourself, to question everything you were. They threw their words like daggers at your spirit, their envy and bitterness like poison in the air. They wanted to see you stumble, to see you falter, to see you lose your confidence and fall from grace. But what they didn't know, what they couldn't have possibly understood, is that you are not so easily shaken. They couldn't crush your spirit. They couldn't break you, because the truth is, you were never meant to be anything less than a storm. Each attempt to dim your light only made you shine brighter. Each blow they struck at your soul only added fuel to the fire inside you. Each lie they spread, each attempt to drag you down, was another layer of weight that you shrugged off as if it were nothing. The harder they tried, the more relentless they became, the stronger you grew. Because you see, you were never meant to fit into their little box. You were never meant to be small. You were meant to rise. You were meant to explode like a star in the night sky, lighting up the world with your brilliance. They didn't know that. They didn't understand what they were up against. They thought their tactics would break you. They thought their petty games would crush your spirit. But the truth is, they were feeding your fire. You're standing taller now than ever before. You're stronger than ever. And guess what? It doesn't matter how hard they try. Karma, that sweet and unforgiving force of the universe, doesn't forget. It doesn't forgive. It doesn't miss a single detail. Every action they took against you, every attempt to make you question your worth, every moment they spent trying to tear you down, karma has been watching. And now, the universe is balancing the scales. Karma doesn't work on your time. It doesn't come when you expect it. It doesn't work the way you think it should. It operates on its own rhythm, its own rules. And let me tell you something. It has been quietly, patiently, building up its power, waiting for the right moment to strike. The people who tried to dim your light, they have no idea what's coming for them. Because while they were focused on tearing you down, they were blind to the fact that they were setting themselves up for their own fall. Karma doesn't forget, and when it strikes, it hits hard. Do you feel it yet? Do you feel the shift? The energy is changing. What they have done to you, what they've tried to take from you, is coming back to them tenfold. While they were busy hating on you, while they were busy conspiring against you, karma was busy gathering the pieces to bring them to their knees. They wanted to dim your light, but now their actions have only fueled the fire of your destiny. Now, while they sit in their jealousy and bitterness, you stand at the precipice of your greatest success. You stand at the threshold of everything they could never have because they were too busy trying to break you instead of focusing on their own growth. There's a part of you, I know, that's been wondering why they chose to attack you in the first place. Why did they feel the need to bring you down? Why did they feel the need to try and strip you of your power? And the answer is simple. They feared you. They feared your light. They feared your potential. They feared that you might become everything they could never be. They were afraid of the strength you carried, the future you were building. They were afraid that the world would see you for who you really are. And in that fear, they attempted to extinguish the very thing that made you unique. But here's the thing about fear. It's temporary. It's fleeting. It doesn't last. The strength you possess is infinite. The light inside you cannot be put out by the weak, the petty, or the spiteful. You've been through the fire and come out stronger, and every scar you carry is a testament to your resilience. You are a warrior, and no amount of hatred or envy can take that away from you. Your light isn't going anywhere. It's only going to get brighter, only going to shine more fiercely as the days go on. They tried to dim your light, but now, with each step you take, you leave a trail of brilliance behind you. Now, with each victory you claim, with each piece of success you grab, the universe is revealing just how wrong they were, and they'll never be able to undo the damage they've done to themselves, the hatred they sent your way, the jealousy they poured into the world is now circling back around. Karma doesn't forget, it never will. So take a moment, right here, right now, to look at everything they tried to take from you. Look at all the times they thought they'd won, all the times they thought they had broken you. Look at where you are today, still standing, still fighting, still shining. They thought they'd ruined you, that they'd erased you, that they'd broken you. But what they didn't understand was that you were never meant to stay down. You were meant to rise. You were meant to soar. And every time they tried to break you, you only became more unbreakable. You only became stronger. And now, karma is working in your favor. They didn't know that they were fueling your success, that their attempts to break you were only pushing you toward greatness. They didn't know that every lie they spread, every obstacle they placed in your path, was just another stepping stone for you to climb. You are becoming something they could never understand. You are becoming a force they cannot control. And now, as karma balances the scales, they will have to watch as you rise to heights they could only dream of. This is your time. This is your moment. Every ounce of pain they caused you is turning into the fuel that propels you forward. Every tear you shed is turning into the fire that burns within you. They thought they could break you. They thought they could bury your light. But what they didn't know is that you are a force of nature, and nature always finds a way to shine, to rise, to conquer. So stand tall, my alpha audience. Stand tall and embrace the storm within you. Embrace the power, the brilliance, the energy that is surging through you. The world tried to dim your light. They tried to silence your voice, to erase your power, to make you small. But they failed. And now, karma is here to remind them that nothing can stop you. Nothing can take away what is yours. So keep going. Keep shining. Keep rising. They tried to dim your light, but now, with every step you take, with every victory you claim, karma will show them just how bright you truly are. And when the dust settles, you'll stand victorious, not because of what they did to you, but because of who you are. You are a warrior, an alpha, unstoppable, unbreakable, and destined for greatness. And nothing will ever dim that light again. The world tried to make you small, tried to mold you into something less than you are, but here you stand, unbroken and undeniable. You were forged in the fire of their hate, their envy, their attempts to crush you, and yet you remain stronger than ever. They thought they could make you falter, that you would break under the weight of their cruelty. But you didn't. You just kept going, kept pushing forward, and now nothing can stop you. You've been through the darkness, and you've emerged on the other side. You know what it's like to face the weight of the world pressing down on you. You felt the sting of betrayal, the bitterness of people who wanted nothing more than to see you fail. And yet here you are. You've walked through the storms they sent your way, and each storm only made you more powerful. You learned that you are stronger than any obstacle, more resilient than any attack. They tried to take your spirit, but what they didn't realize is that your spirit cannot be broken. They underestimated you. They thought you were fragile, that you were weak, that you wouldn't survive the battles they threw your way. But you've proven them wrong at every turn. They tried to tear you down with their words, their actions, their manipulation. But with each attack, you grew. You learned, you adapted, you became better. You began to understand that the light they sought to dim wasn't just a spark, it was a blazing fire. And no matter how hard they tried, no matter how many times they struck at you, that fire would never go out. They wanted to see you crumble. They wanted to see you fail. They wanted to watch as your light flickered and faded until there was nothing left but the emptiness of their envy. But they didn't know you. They didn't know the strength that runs through your veins, the fire that burns deep in your soul. You were never meant to stay down. You were always meant to rise, to stand taller, to become more than they could ever imagine. And now, as you stand here, look at how far you've come. Look at what they tried to take from you, and look at what you've become. Your light has not only survived, it has thrived. With every setback, with every betrayal, with every moment of doubt, your light has only grown stronger. You've learned to use the darkness as fuel, to turn the hate and negativity they tried to send your way into energy that propels you forward. You're like a diamond, formed under pressure, shaped by the trials of life, and now you shine brighter than ever. They thought they could dull your brilliance, but what they didn't understand is that your brilliance cannot be contained. It's too powerful, too vibrant, too alive. This journey you're on is not for the faint of heart. It's not for those who are easily discouraged, easily swayed, or easily broken. It's a journey for warriors. It's a journey for those who have tasted failure, felt the sting of betrayal, and yet keep going. It's a journey for those who refuse to let anything stop them. And you are a warrior. You are not someone who takes no for an answer. You are not someone who lets the world dictate your worth. You are someone who stands firm in the face of adversity, who rises every time you're knocked down, who fights for what you believe in with every ounce of your being. They wanted to tear you apart, to break you down, but they only made you stronger. They thought they could take your confidence, but now you walk with your head held high, knowing that no matter what they do, they cannot touch the fire within you. They thought they could shatter your belief in yourself, but here you are, more confident than ever, more sure of your path than ever before. They underestimated you. They underestimated your strength, your resilience, your ability to rise from the ashes of their attacks. And now, they are watching as you become everything they could never be. You face the darkness and emerge victorious. You faced the negativity and turned it into fuel for your success. You faced the haters, the doubters, the ones who wanted to see you fail, and you've shown them all that nothing will stop you. You are a force of nature. You are unstoppable. And now, the universe is aligning to give you what you deserve. Karma is on your side. Every action they took against you, every lie they spread, every time they tried to bring you down, it's all coming back to them. They will see in time that their attempts to hurt you were nothing more than the catalyst for your rise. What they didn't understand is that your success was inevitable. No matter how hard they tried to drag you down, no matter how many obstacles they put in your path, They couldn't stop the force of nature that you are. You are a person of destiny. You are someone who was born to achieve greatness. And no amount of hate, jealousy, or negativity can take that away from you. You are moving forward, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stand in your way. You've learned the hardest lesson of all, that the ones who try to break you are often the ones who fear you the most. They fear your potential, your power, your ability to rise. They fear that you might become everything they could never be. And so, they try to tear you down. They try to make you doubt yourself, to make you feel small, to make you question your worth. But in doing so, they only show their own weaknesses. They only reveal their own insecurities. And when you rise above it all, when you stand tall in the face of their attacks, you show them exactly how weak their attempts really were. But here's the thing, you don't need to waste your time worrying about them. You don't need to spend any more energy wondering why they did what they did, or why they tried to tear you down. You don't need to spend any more time dwelling on their actions, because their actions were never about you. They were about them. They were about their own fears, their own insecurities, their own limitations. And as you rise higher and higher, as your light grows brighter and brighter, you're leaving them behind. You're moving forward, and they are stuck in the past, still drowning in their own bitterness and envy. They will never be able to touch you. They will never be able to stop you, because you are untouchable. You are stronger than they could ever comprehend, and no matter how many times they try to bring you down, you will always rise. You will always shine brighter, because you are not defined by their hatred, their envy, or their attempts to control you. You are defined by your own strength, your own resilience, and your own brilliance. And nothing can ever take that away from you. So keep going, keep moving forward, keep shining brighter, keep rising higher. You are unstoppable, you are unbreakable. You are a force of nature, and nothing will ever dim your light again. They tried to break you, they tried to silence you, but now, as you stand taller and stronger than ever, you show them the truth, that you are everything they could never be, and that your light is too powerful to ever be extinguished. Karma is real, and it's on your side. They may have tried to break you, but in the end, they only made you stronger. And now, nothing will ever dim your light again. Do you feel it? The deep, unshakable certainty that no matter what comes your way, no matter how they try to break you, nothing will ever take away your power. The very essence of who you are cannot be extinguished by the petty actions or malicious intentions of those who seek to see you fall. There is a fire inside of you that has been burning since the moment you were born, and nothing in this world, no matter how dark or threatening, can put it out. It's a force that no one can control, no one can predict, and no one can destroy. There were times, weren't there? Times when you felt the weight of the world pressing down on you, when you thought that maybe, just maybe, this time, the struggle would be too much. You were pushed to your breaking point. You felt as though every effort you made, every step forward, was met with 1,000 forces trying to drag you back. They came at you from every angle, their negativity, their envy, their desire to tear you down. And for a moment, it seemed like their efforts might succeed. It felt like you were being buried under the weight of their hatred, their bitterness, and the relentless pressure of a world that didn't seem to care. But you stood your ground. You didn't bend. You didn't break. You kept pushing forward, even when it seemed like the light around you was fading, even when the path ahead was clouded in darkness. You didn't give up. And now, as you look back on those times, as you reflect on everything you've been through, you realize that those struggles were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to forge you into something even greater. Every trial, every hardship, every painful moment was a stepping stone. a lesson, a reminder that you are not like the rest. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were meant for greatness. And now, look at you. Look at the person you've become. Stronger, wiser, unstoppable. You've come through it all. Not just surviving, but thriving. Each wound, each scar is a symbol of your resilience. They thought they could break you, but they didn't know the depth of your spirit. They didn't know how unshakable you really are. Every attempt they made to dim your light only pushed you closer to your destiny. You've learned, you've grown, and now you are a force that no one can reckon with. They thought they could steal your power, make you second-guess yourself, cause you to shrink and cower. But in reality, they only helped you grow into someone who will never, ever be diminished again. The light that burns within you is not a fleeting thing. It's not something that can be blown out with a gust of wind or smothered by the weight of others' hatred. Your light is something eternal, something that exists beyond the reach of their manipulation. They tried to make you doubt yourself. They tried to fill your mind with uncertainty. They wanted you to feel small, to feel like you were not worthy of the things you dreamt of. But their words, their actions, their schemes were powerless against the force that you carry inside you. You've learned a powerful truth along the way. The more they tried to drag you down, the more you rose. Every word they said, every sneer they threw your way, every time they attempted to crush your spirit, they only fueled your fire. You were never meant to be passive in the face of adversity. You were born to stand strong, to face whatever comes your way with the unwavering confidence that nothing can stop you. Every time they tried to make you doubt yourself, you proved them wrong. Every time they thought they'd won, you showed them that you were just getting started. Think about it. Every moment they tried to dim your light, you became more luminous. Every attack they launched against you made you stronger, more resolute. They thought they could break you, but you weren't just enduring their attacks. You were evolving, transforming, becoming the version of yourself you were always destined to be. They tried to destroy you, but in the process, they made you invincible. And the beauty of it all? The beauty is that they have no idea what they've done. They thought they could suppress you, push you into the shadows, make you small and insignificant. But they didn't realize that they were only feeding the fire that would one day burn brighter than they could ever imagine. They didn't know that every act of cruelty, every attempt to push you down, would only fuel your rise. They thought they could silence you, but in doing so, they awakened something inside you that is unstoppable. Now, as you stand here, looking at the life you've built, the person you've become, you can see the full picture. You can see how the struggles, the pain, the doubts were all part of your transformation. They tried to bury you, but they didn't know they were planting the seeds of your greatness. They didn't know that everything they did to bring you down would only be the fertilizer that helped you grow into the powerhouse you are today. And that's the power of your light. It can't be dimmed. No matter what they throw at you, no matter how hard they try to break you, your light will always shine brighter. The world may have tried to break you, but you know the truth now. You know that nothing can take away the fire inside of you. You know that no matter how many people try to tear you down, no matter how many obstacles get thrown in your path, you are unbreakable. You are like a phoenix, rising from the ashes of all the attempts to destroy you. With each rise, you become stronger, more powerful, more capable of achieving the greatness that you were always meant to reach. And let me tell you this, those who tried to dim your light are now left in the dark, watching as you soar higher than they could ever dream. They are stuck in their own small, miserable worlds, unable to break free from the chains of their jealousy, their hatred, and their fear. They tried to dim your light, but in doing so, They have condemned themselves to the darkness they wanted for you. And you've broken free. You've reached new heights, new levels of success and inner peace. Every step you take, every goal you achieve, every victory you claim is another reminder that your light is unshakable. The more they tried to tear you down, the more you've grown. The more they tried to make you doubt yourself, the more you've come into your power. And now, you stand as a living testament to the fact that no one, no matter how hard they try, can ever truly dim your light. Do you know what's even more powerful than your light? It's the way you carry it. It's the way you walk into every room, knowing that your worth is not defined by anyone else's opinions. It's the way you stand firm in your beliefs, your purpose, and your value, no matter who tries to tell you otherwise. It's the way you shine, not for approval, but because you were born to shine. You have an unshakable belief in yourself now. You no longer need the validation of others because you know deep down that your light comes from within. And what's the most amazing part of all of this? Karma has been working in your favor this entire time. While they were busy plotting against you, trying to break you, they were sowing the seeds of their own downfall. Karma doesn't forget. Karma doesn't forgive. It balances the scales, and it is relentless in its pursuit of justice. Those who tried to tear you down will one day see the consequences of their actions. But you are already standing in the rewards of your resilience. You are already reaping the benefits of your refusal to let anyone steal your light. The truth is, they tried to dim your light, but they only made it shine brighter. And now, nothing will ever dim that light again. You've come too far. You've fought too hard. You've proven too much. Your light is eternal. Your strength is unyielding, and you are just getting started. Keep going. Keep shining, because no matter what the world throws at you, you are unstoppable. Your light will never, ever be dimmed again. In the end, no matter how hard they tried to dim your light, it only made you shine brighter. Every obstacle, every attempt to bring you down has only fueled your rise. You are stronger, more resilient, and unstoppable. Your light is eternal, and nothing will ever take it away. Keep moving forward, keep shining, and remember, you were never meant to be small. You were born to stand tall and let the world see the brilliance that is you. Your journey is far from over, and the best is yet to come.